Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a tutorial for you all. It is a quick and easy sew, and it is actually something that's very functional too, and it is a sewn bowl cover or pie cover like I have here. This one's actually reversible and it only takes a few minutes to make. I made this as a set for a gift for our bridal shower, and they make the most perfect gifts, but also for you to use at home. And as usual, all the details and tools I use with measurements will be in the description box below. So let's get into it. The first thing I do is start to make my own template, and I wanted this to be a 16-inch circle. So I tied a string onto my pen and measured out 8 inches since I'm going to be folding my fabric in half twice. And you'll see what I mean in a second, I'll show you. But I just thought that this would be the easiest way to make a template for what I'm doing, and that way I could just reuse it over and over again. You want it to be at least 3 inches longer on each side. So this is for my 9-inch pie pan, and there's a little bit of an overhang, so I decided on 16 inches. So after I fold my fabric, I just trace it on with my heat erasable pens, and then I cut it out with both fabrics that I'm going to be using for the reversible pattern. And then once I unfold it, you see that it is a perfect 16-inch circle. You can also just trace around the bowl or pie pan that you're going to be using and then just measure out like 3.5 inches and make a circle that way. But I just thought this would be easier, and that way I could use it over and over again. So I place right sides together, and then I pin it and sew around, leaving a few inch gaps so then I could turn it out later. Then after it's sewed, I just go around the edge with my picking shears, just so when I turn it out later, it'll have a nice clean seam to it. Then I turn my fabric right side out, and I just run my finger on the seam. You could use a tool for this too, just so it's a nice clean sharp edge. I sew along the edge, again leaving the gap left alone, and I just make it a nice finished edge. Then I sew a ½ inch from that last seam to make a channel for the elastic we're going to use, and I go all the way around. Now it's time to feed your elastic through the channel that you just made, and I'm using a 1/4 inch thick elastic string here, and I'm tying a safety pin at the end so I don't lose it, and then that way I can use this to feed it through. And you also want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on the other end too, so you don't lose that, and you can also just put a safety pin on that side too. Then once you have all the elastic through, overlap them on top of each other 1 inch or so and zigzag stitch on top to secure them together. And the last step is just to close off your open seam. So I just fold it in together to hide it, and then I top stitch on top of it, making sure that I do not get the elastic as I'm sewing. So I kind of just pin it to the side, as you can see here. That way I don't stitch on top of the elastic. And now you have your very own reversible pie or bowl cover. I love that you could do different designs on each side, and I gave this as a bridal set to a family member. I sewed a matching reversible pie carrier to go with it, and also a personalized engraved pie spatula that I will also be doing step-by-step tutorials for, so stay tuned for those. Those will be in the description box below when they are available. I also made this adorable fruit themed set for my sister for her birthday, and I did this one in all different sizes so she could use it for different things. And I just love how versatile this is with prints and sizes, and it's just so easy and fun to do. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and please like and subscribe. I post homemade recipes, DIYs, parties, sewing, crafts, and all things homemaking. And I'll see you in the next one.